For the second part of kinds of animals, we're going to begin by looking at reptiles. A reptile, bold print highlighted vocabulary word, circle it. A reptile has dry skin. It is covered in scales. That is also important to know, so it has dry, scaly skin. It is covered in scales. Most reptiles lay eggs. That's also important. They do not give live birth like mammals do. Most reptiles lay eggs. Most reptiles have 4 legs, but snakes are reptiles with no legs. Turtles are reptiles. They have legs or flippers. A turtle also has a shell on its back. And we see some pictures of reptiles on this page. We see the green iguanas. There's 2 of them blending in. 2 of them camouflaged. A caiman. And it says to label the body covering you see. It says a reptile has dry skin. It is covered in scales. So these are called scales. Copy the word scales on the blank. You may pause the video and make sure that you answer the question at the bottom and have your vocabulary word circled and the definition underlined. Then flip to the next page. Looking at page 201, this whole page is about amphibians. Most amphibians, bold print highlighted vocabulary word, circle it. Amphibians have smooth, wet skin. So to contrast, most reptiles have dry, scaly skin. Most amphibians have smooth, wet skin. Toads are amphibians with rough, bumpy skin. So toads would be the exception. Underline it. Toads are amphibians with rough, bumpy skin. It is not scaly though. Amphibians lay their eggs in water. That's also important to know. You can find amphibian eggs in water. Young amphibians live in the water. Most grown amphibians live on land. So many amphibians may start their life out in the water, for example as a tadpole, and then they would grow legs and adapt to life on land and spend their adult life on land. Some captions on this page include the poison dart frog, the cane toad, and here it says, label the body covering you see. So is this smooth, wet skin or rough, bumpy skin? This one belongs to the toad, so we're going to say it has rough, bumpy skin. R-O-U-G-H. I'm writing kind of small so I have room. Rough, comma, bumpy, B-U-M-P-Y, skin, S-K-I-N. Pause if you need to fill in your blank and make sure that you have circled and underlined. And turn to page 202 when you're done. Open your packet, lift up by the steeple. And page 202 is all about fish. Fish have body parts that help them live in water. Most fish have scales. Bold print highlighted vocabulary word, circle it. Most fish have scales. The scales help keep their bodies safe. Fish have fins to swim. They have gills to take in oxygen. So there's more important information. Most fish have scales. The scales help keep their bodies safe, so that's important to know. Underline the scales help keep their bodies safe. Fish have fins to swim, so underline that fish have fins to swim. And they have gills to take in oxygen. Underline, they have gills to take in oxygen. The main idea is the most important idea about something. Draw 2 lines under the main idea. Then I see some captions: the red piranha, the silver dollarfish, and it says to label the body covering you see. Pause the video and do so now.